Our 6.4, 9:09 a.m. item, presentation of proclamation designating October 7th, 2023 as Ageism Awareness Day. Supervisor Crandall.
All right, I'll be reading this proclamation. It's an important proclamation to consider with the fact that we have quite a bit of folks that come here to retire and live in the community that are above the age of 60 as stated in this proclamation. So I'll go ahead and read it. This proclamation designating October 7, 2023 as Ageism Awareness Day in Lake County. Whereas ageism refers to the stereotypes of prejudice and discrimination toward others based on age, and whereas there are an estimated 21,058 older adults in Lake County over the age of 60 who are impacted by ageism, and whereas ageism toward older adults affects their health and longevity, financial well-being, and the economy of Lake County, and whereas preventing ageism in education, employment, housing, and healthcare will benefit all. And whereas recognizing that it is up to all of us to ensure the older adults are respected and portrayed as capable, competent, effective, and valued in all areas of society. And whereas ageism awareness and preventing ageism is beneficial to all citizens of Lake County by improving quality of life within Lake County. And now, therefore, the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lake hereby proclaims October 7, 2023 to be Ageism Awareness Day in Lake County, passed and adopted this third day of October 2023, signed Chair Jessica Pieska. And is there anyone that would like to have the proclamation? And if not, I can just leave it up here. But another thing I'd like to add to this is, in reading the proclamation, there's a portion of it that talks about financial well-being for older adults. And I do know that many of us have, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. And one thing that I've noticed, especially in dealing with either code enforcement violations, APS calls, things like that, there are folks out there that do portray as if they're caretakers or if they're caring for the best interests of these folks, and a lot of times are taken advantage of because some of our seniors are vulnerable. They are lonely. They really need help, and my grandfather went through it as well, and so I know that if I've been touched by it, everybody has. And so it's important. I think this is important that we read this, but also let's keep that in mind because it affects so much more than just that. I can guarantee, I can count on my hand, just thinking in my head, there's 5 code enforcement violations just because people are staying with seniors that are taking advantage of them. So I just felt like I'd mention that. So.
And Supervisor Crandall, you and I brought this because we sit on the Area Agency on Aging. This is a conversation we have a lot with our seniors. Not only do we need to protect them, but we also, we have such a high population of seniors in our county, and it's growing every day. And they offer so much value. They have amazing skill sets, experience, and it's important that we really honor them as well. Any other comments from the board? Public comment, you want to come up? Have 3 minutes and state your name.
Thank you. My name is Sherry Young, and I work with Lake Family Resource Center, and we've been overseeing the Lakeport Senior Center. So if I can, would love to accept the proclamation on behalf of our Lakeport Senior Center.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Oh. How about with him?
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a photo together then? Okay.
Go ahead. Did you want to see this one?
No, I'll wait till you take
Oh, he likes to do all.
I like to get into it.
You got them all?
People. Okay, you're ready? Okay, now I think I am too. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And I'll keep public comment open if you have something to say. 3 minutes, and please state your name.
Hi, I'm Elaine Brown, and in my journey in the last few months, I talked to the person at Section 8 in Clear Lake, California, and she mentioned how people on a fixed income when they're elderly, that some of them would be in a situation where they're living, and then the landlord would sell the place, and so they were at this fixed place of paying for their rent, and suddenly they're faced with what rent is now, which is very different, and they were displaced. And Section 8 doesn't necessarily meet the needs of people, and so she was just telling me that. So I'm just passing that on. And then another thing, when I was 16, I worked for Orange Julius, and they raised our minimum wage. And so what I learned at that young age, at 16, is that when you raise minimum wage, everything on the menu went up. And so I thought, someone was talking to me about minimum wage raising yesterday, and I thought, man, I saw that economics way back then. And so these elderly people who are on fixed incomes, suddenly they can't even go to McDonald's. So it's just an idea that we maybe think about when we're doing these wonderful things we think we're doing. It could really impact other people that we have no idea we're impacting. So thank you.
Okay. Do we have anybody else in the Zoom room? No? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. What is it? Oh, it's Olga. Olga, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to commend the supervisors for this important proclamation. Chair Paiska, as you mentioned, seniors are the fastest growing demographic in Lake County. And former supervisor Jim Steele and myself formed a nonprofit specifically to support seniors. And I would love to have this proclamation at our next senior summit, which will be the second week of April. I would love to have somebody come and actually speak, and just really want to recognize and commend the supervisors for this important proclamation. Thank you for allowing me a minute.
Thank you, Olga. And just reach out to either of us. Give us a little bit of notice, and one of us will be happy to attend. Thank you. Do we have anyone else? Okay. We'll close